Because here's one thing that I see sometimes. New dungeon masters have a tendency to just want to tell a story, and instead of actually running a game. Do you think DMs should start with modules first to get a little experience before diving into homebrew? That's an excellent question. That's an excellent question. I kind of think they should. My gut inclination is to say, yeah, they probably should. They probably should start with a module to see how adventures are created, how adventures are written, how adventures are designed. You are going to learn so much from reading and running a module. You're going to learn a whole lot of stuff, If you just go at it on your own, dude, you're new. You don't have any idea how adventures are made. You have no idea how the adventuring day mechanic works. You have no idea how to kind of balance encounters. You have no idea how to make compelling villains. You could argue that Wizards doesn't know how to do some of these things too, but let's just pretend that they do. So you have no idea how to do any of these things. If you try to go at it, and you're learning so many new skills as a dungeon master, you know, you're running the game, you're doing lots of different things, and you're also designing the campaign, you're designing the adventures, you're balancing things, you're doing tons of these things that you've never done before, that you don't know how to do. You're probably not going to do a great job at it. You're just going to fumble your way through it. And eventually you might learn and get better at it. But if you were to start with a module, then you're going to hopefully be perceptive enough and intelligent enough and pay attention enough to what's going on in the module that you can learn how adventures are designed, how they're written, and how some of these things are done. Now, not all modules are created the same, and some really suck and could be horrible, and some are examples of bad design. Yes, I know. But you're probably still closer, and you're still going to learn some stuff with that module than you would if you just went at it on your own. Because here's one thing that I see sometimes. New dungeon masters have a tendency to just want to tell a story, and instead of actually running a game. And there's a huge difference. They write out a story of something that's got to happen. Woo, you know, and they're not actually running a game. Whereas a module, you know, is written as a game. So I don't know if that makes sense to folks, but I've seen this, you know, somebody will like, literally I've had people share like some of the adventures they've written for their groups, and I'll read through it and it's like, this is not an adventure. This is not a game. You wrote a story. They talk about the players will do this, the players will do this, and then this will happen. The players will go here, and this will happen, and this will happen. And they've literally wrote out like a rough draft of a story, of a novel. And it's like, no, this is not how you design a game. This is not it. This is, you know what I mean? So I feel like hopefully running modules can help you, you know, learn some of those elements, but there's no guarantee, you know, and obviously you need to pay attention to what's going on in the module and learn from it, you know? Anyway. Oh, by the way, everybody, if you are just starting out as a dungeon master and you're looking for a module to run for your group, might I recommend Into the Fae. It is a level 1 to 5 adventuring module featuring lots of Fae creatures, lots of cool stuff. Link right there in the chat. I also have if you're looking for content to use for your groups, I also have a monthly PDF that I send out to my patrons, and it has, every single PDF has 2 entire D&D 5th edition adventures in it. It has things like NPCs, magic items, traps, puzzles. It has maps designed for virtual tabletop use. Lots of cool stuff. This is the last PDF that we published in February. It had over 30 pages of stuff in it for Dungeon Masters. And the draft I was just reviewing a couple days ago for the March PDF had over 50 pages in it. So we are putting out some high quality resources here, and a good quantity of it too for my patrons. So you can go check that out too if you're looking for adventures and stuff to run for your groups.